What's going on, guys? You got Crave here, and what do you do after finishing the main story in Origins? Now, before I continue, obviously there will be some spoilers for some quests and some things that happen in the game, so if you're not a fan of such things, then please go ahead and watch something else. Now, also, it's raining a bit hard where I am right now, so you might hear the rain, so I apologize for that. Now, about what you do after finishing the main story. I mean, if the main plot is your only interest, and that's been your habit in most RPGs or story driven games, then that's pretty much it, and you'll just quit. But if you're looking for things to do, or you want to be decked out prior to the release of the first paid DLC or expansion, then here are some things you can do. The Trial of the Gods allows you to keep at it. If you like big boss fights, or if you like the big boss fight in the Dream Quest on the way to finishing the main story, then here's another one for you. It's free content, so you don't have to pay for anything or worry that it might cost you something. But it does have a time limit. I'm not sure about the mechanics of the time limit, but right now you can still do Anubis, and I don't know whether it's going to be a different boss. But it's worth your time to do since it does reward some gold, some XP, and some items. At least what I've gotten for the first run I did was a legendary weapon, and eventually I think for the second run I got some gold. So I don't know what the third one will be. The third run will be like, but the fight mechanics are pretty easy. You can find Anubis out in the dunes to the left of Siwa. Downing those Phylakis while leveling might have been tough unless you outleveled, outgeared, or you cheese the fights. I'll admit that out of the 10 Phylakis that you can take, I think I cheesed 3 or 4 of them, especially the highest level ones. Basically, for some of them you can hide in tall grass and basically just gun them down with your bow, or you can use some of the friendly mobs that you see on the roads to take them out. But that's how I handled some of them. Anyway, it's worth your while to complete them all the way to the level 41, since each one of them drops a legendary piece of gear. Now some of them will also be dropping some keys, which will eventually lead to one final quest, which gives you a nice legendary outfit to wear. A lot of the quests in Origins offer some rewards that are legendary in quality or are unique in nature. You may be getting yellow gear while leveling, and you might opt to just sell them or dismantle them, but don't forget that you can always just keep them and upgrade them eventually if you reach a higher level, especially if those legendary pieces of gear have a third weapon trait or parameter that you like. Now, as an example for the unique gear, there are some quests that you might have skipped if all you did was the main story, or mainly all that you did was the main story, and like me, if you didn't bother with mounts, since all I really cared about was that I wasn't using a camel. There's a quest that you can do which gives you at least a rare horse mount basically for free, provided you put in a little bit of effort. Gaining experience after post-max level contributes to your overall gaining of ability points. Now that's going to help you mow down enemies as you go on with your post-main story quests and activities. Having more points invested into damage skills is really helpful. Still, tomb raiding is another option you can take. You can get a lot of loot, which turns into money or crafting materials, and you can also, of course, get the ability points from the ancient tablets. What's nice about Origins is that after the main plot or the main story, some of the old quest givers have updated quests for you. You'll get to see some of the consequences of helping them. It's not like you had a choice in helping them, but you just outright help them, but there are consequences to it. Now, they offer quests that can either result in, let's say, something like someone being eventually angry for what you did, and sometimes it can also offer just simply seeing a celebration of old acquaintances after helping them one last time. And that's it. Those are the 5 things I think you can do after you finish the main story in Origins. Now, of course, there are other things you can do. For example, like completing Bayek's Promise, that level 5 quest, or that level 17 quest where you have to find more evidence or investigate more on the series of murders you've been seeing all around the world. So that's a bunch of things you can do. But these are the 5 things I thought that I really enjoyed the most, even after the main story. And yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.